Welcome back to Willow Creek. We're going to be working on the Spalding house. Of course, you knew it was coming. You saw it in the thumbnail. And before we get started, I will go ahead and ask you to subscribe if you haven't already. We are like one subscriber away from 90 subscribers. Please to subscribe, to be subscribing. Also, please leave me a like and a comment if you don't mind that so much. I certainly appreciate that. Helps with the algorithm and so on. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump into build mode, and I'm going to see you in just a bit. All right, so here we are. And there's a few things that I've done just to kind of make things a little bit more accessible, not so tight because this hallway used to just be one tile hallway. So I just extended things out by one on each bedroom, and then I just extended this out so it wasn't so tight, and so that I could put something here because like it just was so strange and narrow. So now this is probably like more livable. And also I think this is a glitch. When I was looking around, it's like showing the texture that I put on for the ceilings, but it's like not actually showing. You see what I mean? Like it's blue. It's so strange. And what I've actually got here was what I always use, which is like the gravel. And yeah, so it's technically there. It just looks like the sky. It just looks blue. And I don't know if that's the lighting or what, but it looks like that in every single room of this house. I don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and overlook that and show you what we've done here. I've just added a few more family photos. So this one is like an old-timey photos, in old-timey photos. What? An old-timey family photo. And this is probably, sorry, my cat is meowing. I don't know what she's got going on. Oh my goodness. So these are like 3 of the foster sisters and like the 2 brothers. I would imagine these are probably like Cookie's great-grandparents, like, or like great-grandparent, one of them, and their siblings. And we have a picture of Tessa, which was one of the sisters. Again, she was like very beloved, and she passed away. Sadly, we don't know that backstory yet. We will get there, don't worry. And we have Dolly and Cookie. So Dolly is a sister we haven't met yet. She's actually, if you're following along in my series, there is a new apartment series. There's like twin apartment buildings, and all of the sisters went in to like have this income from these 2 new apartment buildings. And so we've already met Georgie. She's the 4th sister. We haven't met Dolly yet, and she is this person here. This would have been in the 80s when they were slightly younger. Yeah, probably in their 40s or something. 30s or 40s, depending. But yeah, so that is what we've got there. And then, of course, I've moved this guy just over here and scooted over this little archway. Other than that, there's really nothing else that we've done besides, like I said, extend out this hallway. And then I've moved the door from over here to over here. I will be adding in the closets throughout. I'm just not adding them all at once, but I added a closet and then picked out a wallpaper. This is going to be Cassie's old room. So this is, of course, the daughter who no longer lives here, but I'm gonna put deletion protection on because I don't want anything to disappear. We already lost somehow those shampoos again, and I don't want to put them in. I'll do that on my own time, but I don't know what happened. But just put these blinds in because I had a time putting them in, and I don't feel like doing that again. And we lost a window. Let me go check on my kitty because she is really feeling it. So I'll be right back. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with her. So I think she's just gonna meow. So if you keep hearing meows, like, she's fine. It's not dinner time yet, so she's not hurt. Nothing's going on. She's just in the kitchen meowing, probably wanting food early. So I don't know, but she's gonna have to wait. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to actually furnish the hallway first because we're going to be furnishing the hallway and Cassie's room. I would imagine that with Cassie's room, they haven't touched since Cassie left, like, to go to school and to get married and go on her own way. They haven't really touched much. So that's going to kind of reflect a childhood bedroom. And so I'm putting, sorry, let's just go to the hallway because that's what I'm doing. I'm putting in this hutch. Again, I have a lot of these like big, giant kind of ornate pieces because I want it to reflect Cookie's family. If you haven't watched my other videos on this family, and this is your first time kind of tuning into this series. So Cookie is the matriarch of this particular family in this house, and she comes from a very well-to-do house or family in Willow Creek. And that's where we are, in Willow Creek. And they have this very like just this type of house. This is the house we're working on. And it doesn't really fit all of the aesthetic of the furniture that she's gotten from her family's home. And I want to think that some of like her other two sisters that are still surviving, they're in apartments now, so they don't have enough room in their place. So she has kind of like the old family heirlooms and so on. And so this is why we are seeing some of these bigger kind of out of place pieces. I can't talk. With it within this home. So like, for instance, we have this big grandfather clock, this bureau or this like chest hutch thing, and just like I think a few other things. Yeah, we've got some things in here too that just kind of don't really fit, but she didn't want to really get rid of them. So that's what we've gone and done. So just if you don't mind, just go watch the rest of the series. I do have a playlist of this family. So yeah, you should go see it. It's worth it, I believe. So I really want to put a piano in here. I just feel like Cassie had piano lessons when she was a kid. So they have this like upright piano, and I would imagine that Cookie just really wanted her to have piano lessons and thought it was just like, well, to be a proper lady, she has to have some kind of something like that. And so she grew up having that. So we have this piano. I don't imagine that Cassie plays anymore, but she knows how to, and I'm imagining that Cookie knows how to as well. And I'm putting this chair from Cats and Dogs. That's where it's from. Over here in this swatch with the blue, just kind of keeping in with that. We've got blue all throughout this house, and like these two rooms are like blue central, but I wanted to have a little bit of an accent here as well in the hall. And I just thought that would be nice to have a little bit of a chair there. On top of the piano, I do have a custom content piece. If, like I said, you haven't been watching this particular playthrough or this series, I'm using only one piece of custom content. Link is in the description to the Patreon of the creator A Winged Llama, and this is the Nostalgia Living Stuff pack. I love this this pack, and I often use it in a lot of these like older kind of nostalgic family homes. So that's what I've got. And I also have picked out some family photos, quote unquote, that I wanted to put along. I have like this marriage certificate that I thought would be really nice above the piano, but I also chose some pre-made photos that I got from the gallery that I wanted to put just around this hallway. I thought this would be really nice. Like this one is grandfather Foster, so like, Cookie's grandfather, and we just have a few like family, quote unquote, family photos, even though technically these are not my Sims, but they could like fit in with the storyline. So that's why, that's why I have them chosen. I have this photo of this lovely little Sim, and I would imagine that's the grandmother Foster, so Cookie's grandmother. Maybe it's by the piano because maybe she used to love hearing her granddaughter Cookie play or something. I don't know, something like that. Let's just make it make it that way. And I do have some colored photos as well, and I want to pretend as if this is Cookie and her father, like back in the 80s, like 86, late 80s, when she was like a younger woman. It's the same Sim that we see in this photo, so I got it from the same person on the gallery. Thank goodness that they made those things, because I really like putting these types of things for storytelling. It is so nice to make things like this. And I'm also going to put this one as well. I would imagine that Cookie and her father are very close. So I am putting those in the hall. Maybe I'll put them up slightly. And then across from that, I really wanted to put some of these more like modern photos, but they probably were given to them by the like Cassie, the daughter. So this would be like their granddaughter when she was first born. And maybe they have some photos from like when the granddaughter was being born, of like the dad and the doctor and stuff like that. So I'm just putting those out as well, just in the hall, just all along here. And this frame, I might take it out of the frame actually, because this frame is from Nostalgia Living stuff, but then the other ones aren't. So I think I'm just going to, maybe when I get into live mode, just put another frame just like how the other ones are, so it looks more modern. But I want to pretend like maybe this was Cassie, the daughter, in her 20s, like maybe as a college student or something. I don't know, like early 20s, because we have one of her, she was like a kid in like the 80s, like middle schooler kind of thing. So yeah, I feel like that would be kind of accurate. Again, these aren't going to be super accurate, but you know, it's nice storytelling. We just have a few more things for the haul. So I've got this like little kind of sagey green rug for under here that just fits nicely. And I've got this runner in this brown and green that I just wanted to put here. And just to kind of complete that hallway. You're not really going to be furnishing hallways too much, of course, because, you know, it kind of is what it is. It's just like a place to move from one place to another. And then if you have piano lessons, whatever, there you go. But yeah, I think that is just fine for the hallway. Now, I have used this carpet from Nostalgia Living stuff as well. I don't have custom content on right now, but this is all throughout the house basically, except for in places that have tiling or whatever like that. So I'm going to go ahead and start on Cassie's room. I've chosen this wallpaper. This is from Parenthood. And I just thought this border was like super 80s, 90s style. And it is kind of like what you would have in your kid / teenager / early 20 something bedroom that just stayed the same. So because if you don't remember, Cassie, Cassandra, the daughter, she has always loved animals and became a veterinarian. So in fact, that's what we're building, is her veterinary clinic in one of my running series right now. So she has some cat bedding, and we just have kind of like animal stuff all throughout. But I thought, of course, because it was that era, maybe we'll have some color themed stuff. So I've got a couple pinks, blues, and purples kind of throughout the room, because I just felt like that was tacky and pretty enough. So I'm going to be using these base game curtains over these blinds. I thought about sizing these down, but they didn't quite look right or hit what I was wanting. I wanted it to be very JCPenney's, like circa 1991. This is a set, everything bought together, and maybe not the bedspread, but like, you know, most everything else, like all of the soft surfaces in here. I'm using this desk from high school years because I feel like it looks like it was a hand-me-down, because it's an Art Deco style. So maybe this was like her father's or some kind of like family something, or maybe they picked it up someplace. But it wasn't new when it was given to her. It looks like it could be from like 50s or 60s or whatever. And so she's just had this. That is pretty realistic too, with the purple desk chair and this like old dinosaur computer, probably from when she was a kid or a teenager, and it just never got upgraded. Some old study stuff. I'm gonna have a lot of like books and stuff in here, because she is a bookworm, and she probably studied a lot too whenever she was like first starting out and maybe going to veterinary school. Maybe she moved back in for a little bit while she was going to school. But of course, we're going to have this doggy calendar, because why not? And it's on winter, even though it is not winter in the game, because that's probably when she just stopped like doing anything, like living here. Maybe she moved out for good or whatever, or wasn't studying anymore, living in here. So it just kind of stayed that way. And like, as a mom, that breaks my heart so much, like thinking about one day they won't be here. But I understand, like it's natural, but I don't want to think about it. My kid is 3, and I don't want to keep her 3, but like I also don't want to see her leave. I think it's pretty natural for a lot of moms to feel that way, or just like parents in general. But I'm going to put this desk lamp here and try to kind of rig it a certain way along with this, because, oh, I need to pull it out. That's right. There we go. And I don't really expect this to be used, so I'm not really worried about this clutter. I have like some boxes and books, like maybe she had packed stuff and just kind of left it. She didn't need it. Or maybe it was like some old mail that her mom had like put in a box for her and she never really came and got it because it wasn't pertinent to her needs or anything. So it just got left. And I have a few things like just stacks like that for her in this room. But I really wanted to use this. I think this is from university, this bookshelf, because I really, like I said, I wanted to kind of drive home that she's a bookworm and she has like this shelf. Yeah, this is from university. She has this bookshelf and I put an old phone on here with like that clutter object of like the phone and I think it's a metal lunchbox. Yeah, I think that's what it's supposed to be. And I feel like that's so of like her kid era, along with like some old kind of like worn out games, souvenir, stuff like that. And on top of that, I wanted to put this radio, but there's no slot on top, or at least I don't think there is for a radio on top of here. So I'm gonna have to put this down with the tool mod, which thankfully has been updated. Thank you so much, because this is so invaluable. When I didn't have it for like a day or so, I was like, what am I gonna do? I miss it so much, but I am so thankful that they got it done. There we go. And I think I will put this in a different color too. To me, this is just like back when, you know, kids were in the 80s, 90s, whatever. You had a radio. That's just the way it was. I don't know. Do people have radios now? I guess not. They have like Bluetooth speakers and stuff. I think I'll just do the pink with the orange eyes and nose dial. Kind of goes with everything else in here, sort of. So yeah. And then keeping with the theme of her liking like cats and dogs and stuff, I'm putting this adoption poster here. I don't know when she would have gotten this, but you know, she's got that. And I've also got like some teen idol posters because of course, middle school, teenage girl, or preteen girl, I should say. I mean, it's just, it happens. And then like that Harry Potter looking, I don't know, like Sims version poster there. Maybe that was one of her favorite. What do they call this? Is it Henry Puffer? Yeah, Henry Puffer. Maybe that was like her book series when she was a kid or something. And I have this like side table with, I put this, I think it's high school years. Yeah. I always get high school years and university like stuff kind of mixed up. I don't know why. It's really not the same, but then it's kind of is the same. So I'm putting this with all these stickers because it's got animals and stuff on it. So I thought that would be kind of up her alley. And some lotion too. This lotion is probably like over 20 something years old. But like nobody has touched it, so it's just there. And I wanted to put some of these Moschino pack magazines under here just to kind of reflect, because again, if you were growing up in the 90s or 80s, I guess in Cassie's like instance, she probably just had like a bunch of magazines everywhere, and I guess she would have been a teenager in the 90s, and yeah, that was like all of those, like Glamour, Cosmopolitan, I don't know. I don't know what else there was, but, you know, fashion, beauty, magazines. And I thought it would be nice to put something more traditional in here, like more maybe something that it was from Cookie's old house. So I put this vanity in here, and I just wanted to sort of be kind of like, I feel like you would see this in any family home where it doesn't really match a lot of the other stuff that you have, but it's kind of an heirloom, so you have it. So I'm putting like some kind of picture, I don't know if that's from band or some other club that she may have had when she was a kid, Scouts, I don't know. I'm just going to be putting in some makeup and things like that for her on here. Let me change the color of this. Maybe we'll do it in lime green, like 90s lime green or something. But besides that, I do have this little drawers thing. I just feel like that is so teenage girlish, because you're gonna have all your accessories, maybe some extra stuff, and she's got hair things on top of here. And I do actually have another mirror that I wanted to put, because this mirror came from Lovestruck, and it's got all of these really cool photos on it. And I just feel like this looks like maybe when Cassie started like dating her current husband, maybe they've been like together for like a long time dating, kind of on and off. And so she just has these that she kind of collected over the years, and they're still here. Thought that was pretty cute. I have some more posters, but I don't really know why it's cutting into this. You see that? That's so strange. Let me pull that out slightly. Oh, maybe that was my fault. Yeah, because I was like adjusting it. So yeah, okay, that was my fault. I have these posters, again, cat themed, animal themed, whatever. Maybe these were from high school. I don't know, but she's got them here. And I have a few of these magazines. These are, again, from Nostalgia Living Stuff pack. These are the same ones that I have in the living room here. I hate how jittery this is. I don't know if this is my game or if it, I don't know. Anyway, like I've just been noticing lately with the updates that my game is a lot more glitchy and kind of like threatening to crash. I know that's been like something people have been talking about, but it's just been like less smooth. Anyway, those are the same magazines that I have here, just a different swatch. Because I just wanted some more magazines and some more variety, so I'm having those kind of peeking out of there too. And I think that's pretty, you know, 20s and teens have a lot of like clutter just kind of like hidden away. And I think probably too that I would like to think that maybe when Cookie and Harold's granddaughter comes over, that she stays in this room, like, or if they like have something like that, the little boy or something comes over, they sleep in this room probably. They probably like pull out a toddler cot or something for the little baby boy. But I also have this. Now this is again some custom content. All of these things. Oh wait, I'm missing something. We have to have the console underneath. But yeah, so this whole setup is also Nostalgia Living Stuff. All of this, these VHS tapes, this television table, and this SimGo gaming cube. Again, I really want to like pretend like this was the setup for let me make sure that, there we go. This was the setup for Cassie and her friends when they would come over and stuff like that, and they have not touched it. I don't know. I don't have a good relationship with my parents, so my parents, when I left the house, they just unceremoniously just threw away all my stuff that was left and just made an office out of my room. Great job. But so if you are lucky enough to still have your like childhood bedroom, let me know how it's like. Is it like stepping into a time capsule? Because I would imagine that is what it's like, and just how like cozy and nostalgic you would actually feel. I mean, I would love to just sit here in bed and just watch something from whatever era. I would love it. Or just like play a little bit of video games from that era, you know? I don't know. That would be great. I think the last thing I had was just like some books. So I'm just going to put them, I don't know, I remember where I had them. I think I had them, oh, I think I had them just over here by this little vanity thing. Let me push that in a little bit more. There we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a little bit of a tour of the hallway and of Cassandra's room. Okay, so we're going to start off in the dining room, and we're going to head right on into this hall. And we see this big giant hutch. I actually might put a few things in there. I was thinking just kind of leaving it as it is. Maybe putting something on top. I don't know. I didn't want to clutter it up too bad, but it looks really kind of bare as it is. So maybe I'll do that later. We've got some family photos on each side. We've got this floor runner into the piano area. And then this just takes us back into that like really fancy formal parlor kind of sitting room, and also into the hair salon as well. And then we'll go right into Cassie's room. Okay, so when you walk in, we are just met with the television, these giant, magnificent curtains as well. And oh, we can't see the closet. I hate when that happens. I don't understand how this game works or why it is so glitchy, but yeah. We've got the bookcase, bed, I mean, everything you would need as a teenager and a like early 20-something living in your parents' house. There's the desk area. And we've got the TV area and vanity tables as well. I think this is super cute. I think that this really fits my idea of like teenage girl / kids room, you know, and I could imagine there was sleepovers and all kinds of fun to be had in here too. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I think next time we're going to be working on the big main bathroom, and probably the parents' bedroom or the guest room. I'm not sure which, but we still have quite a bit to go because we're gonna have to do this like back porch area and then the whole big backyard as well. So thank you so much for joining me again today. I hope you guys enjoyed this part, and look forward to more Spalding house renovations. I don't know if it's renovations, decorations. But I will be saying that I think next week is the week of my birthday, and I'm going to be taking that off. I think I'll have maybe one video, but I want to take it off. So I'm going to be, if I can get it out, getting a video to you. Otherwise, there will be nothing at all. I'll let you know in the community tab. There's always, if you don't see a video from me on a specific day that you expect it, check the community tab and you will know why or what's going on. But I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Bye.